What's up? Today I'm going to be leading you through the first 3 levels of Extermination Mode in War Robots. I'll go over what types of setups work the best, as well as what gameplay you should focus on. Alright, to start I'm gonna show you what Titan weapons to use. So, for Titans I found that the best weapons to use are Cinder, the Argon and Oxy Titan Freeze rockets, Gargantua and Pentagrule are good for longer range, and Glaive and Lance can also work pretty well. I need more damage on these Titans, so I put Onslaught Reactors, and the Repair Amplifiers help you stay alive for much longer. Moving on to robots, Fenrir is great for one half of every stage, but on some stages that require take as little damage as possible, you want a robot with a personal Aegis, so that is Mars, Typhon, and Dagon. Alright, but let's get into the extermination. Alright, so I'm gonna start, since this is a lose as little durability as you can in a match, I'm using Mars first. And to start, I'll throw my turret to the max distance because it'll land on that little barrier up here, and it'll let me walk in a little bit faster. So I got stuck there, but all these little things are to help you min-max your results in extermination. Let's see, we're waiting for the next wave to spawn. There we go. Alright, so the weapon setup that I'm using on my Mars right now is a combination of the jaw, which is really great for because it has some splash damage on it. So if you have a horde of the little spiders, you can knock a lot of them out at once. And the damper weapon here, even though it was nerfed, it's actually, I would say, arguably better in extermination mode now, because the slower firing rate means you can hit more robots with a clip, as before it was just a little bit overkill. Yeah, so we're just mowing down some robots, and you can see my personal Aegis shield here is protecting me from any damage that they were doing, so I can easily get that platinum status. So the only thing that I'm really worried about now is ranking up those kills, but as you can see with the turret, the Deltaki drone, the jaw, and the damper, that is not a big problem. I believe we got the Deltaki drone for free when they did the huge drone rebalance a little while ago, so if you've been playing long enough to have that, that is a pretty great drone. Mine here is even just level 1, but as you can see, it gets quite a few kills in this. And something else to mention is that even if your equipment is pretty low level, you can get through these levels fairly easily. Since mine is higher level, they can't break my shield at all, but if you're a little bit lower level, then you can just maybe, if you see them start to break down your shield, you could just retreat behind cover. The next thing is the mothership. Like you just saw, I used the mothership there. So generally, unless you're having a trouble with like a DPS check on some of the later levels, you'll pretty much always want a defensive mothership. And this doesn't really matter if you don't have enough motherships to choose from, but the Paladin that I'm using here gives me a pretty hefty shield that I don't honestly need, but it is nicer to have a defensive mothership, especially in the later levels of PvE. Send a turret over there. Okay. Let's see, I'm just gonna get these stragglers over here first. Alright. Yeah. Alright, is that all? Yes, that is all. So, see, that was not bad. I don't think I took, like, any damage at all there. Yep, so platinum there. Perfect. Alright, and that is first level done. That is pretty straightforward. Now we're hopping into level 2. Alright, level 2 here, I'm going to show this Fenrir build. So for this level, we just don't want to lose any robots, so we don't need to worry about taking any damage or anything. We just want to try to finish it as fast as possible. These, the Nucleon and Atomizer setup here that I'm running on the Fenrir is actually pretty good for live server, but for extermination, since these weapons never need to reload, if they start swarming you, they're probably one of the best weapons you can be running. Also, as you can see, pretty decent damage at long range. I'm able to instantly take them all out. Yeah, just mowing them down. So, yeah, that's one thing you want to know. For this match, you want to always be killing the enemies. You don't want to leave any enemies spawned for too long, because the longer they're spawned, the longer it takes for the next waves to spawn. I believe that... Oh, I did not mean to fall down there. But I believe that the next wave cannot spawn until you've killed most of the first wave. So you want to be trying to knock out as many of these little spiders as you can. And these weapons are Mark III, but having even level 1 weapons of these would take you just a second longer to kill all these spiders, because they have pretty much no HP. Alright. So now we're reaching the end of the gameplay, and here should be the last robot. So as you can see, we were able to clear this pretty effortlessly with about 30 seconds to spare, and our robot was nowhere near getting destroyed. If you do find yourself almost dying in the robot, always just retreat, because remember the objective of that was just to stay alive as long as you can. Right, now for stage number 3 here, let's jump in. Yeah, we're gonna jump into just any robot with a pilot in it first. And we're not actually going to use this at all. We're just going to immediately swap out to any other robot with a pilot in it. You can see we want to get our main robot out as quickly as possible. So you can see I just instantly dropped those and swapped them back to the Fenrir. This lets me charge up my nuclear amplifiers and everything a little bit faster. And by doing that, I'm able to clear the rest of the round faster. So don't wait to spawn your next robots, as long as you have a robot that can reliably clear the whole mode. If not, then you might want to consider using each robot to their fullest extent, but from my experience, it's best to respawn immediately. So that's another thing. Right here, we're standing in basically the center of all the action, so everybody will be spawning fairly close to us here, which lets our Nucleons, our EMGs really put in work, because as you can see, we have no problem even when we're fully overheated with mowing down little robots. Nice. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, so don't be afraid to move around a little. We want to get these robots out as fast as possible, so moving in to try to take them out is perfect. Okay, taking more. Yeah. Shotgun build behind us. Someone locked us down. Laying down my weapons. There we go. Yeah, as you can see, just instantly melts anyone around us. Here's a situation where where an attack mothership could have helped, but we don't really need it here. And you can see we just took him out. I'm not worried too much about these higher damage robots, but you personally, if you have a lower level robot, you would want to focus down those higher level ones first, because they can put out the most damage, and they can get fairly dangerous if you let them stay on for too long. So here I'm going to let my weapons cool down a little bit. Get those further away robots. Those cryo rocket ones are always really annoying to deal with, so I recommend trying to focus those down first. So there's another cryo one, but we don't really need to worry about him. We just put up a shield for us, so his rockets won't be reaching us. Yeah. Okay. So just going through, taking out as many of the little guys as we want now. You can see now we are just focused on getting kills. So we don't need to go for the larger ones, we just need to reach that minimum amount of kills to get the platinum. And so that is why I'm not really focusing down the cryo ones at this point, but because we just want to reach that minimum number of kills. There we go, and we got it. Cool. So, again, these might start to get a little bit more difficult if you've got lower level equipment. Alright. For this one, this is another lose as little durability as possible in a battle, so we're going to spawn our Mars again, which has that personal Aegis. There we go, instantly throwing out the turret to get a little bit faster, and you can see the Daltaki there. It fires alongside the turret, so for the first little seconds there I didn't even need to use any of my ammo. I could just let the Daltaki do its work. So you'll just want to stand here for a little while. We'll mow down these first waves of enemies. Yeah, pretty easy. And then so in a few seconds, or in a few waves, there will be a larger robot who spawns. And there he is. Alright. So yeah, you'll probably want to focus him down first. And then after you've got all of the little minions out, then you'll see you will want to go directly through this tunnel, because all the next robots will be spawning on the other side here. And again, the name of the game here is speed. We want to get as many robots killed as possible in this time frame. There we go. Barely need to shoot. Eventually, though, some bigger robots will start to spawn, and you might want to just be ready to retreat back down that tunnel in case that does happen, because your shield can drop quite fast with multiple of the shotgun robots shooting you at once. I dropped my turret out so it can be shooting people while I can kind of be safer in cover here. But as you can see, my shield hasn't really dropped below 50% durability this whole time. Alright. Taking these guys out. They're just all coming in, and that's where the rust weapons really shine, because you can just, or the jaw weapons, I guess. Because when they come through that tunnel entrance, they can all get splashed. Throwing my turret over there because I'm going to walk to the other side and I won't really need my turret for the time being. So, that my turret's having fun on the other side, racking up kills while I'm over here, getting the kills that are available on this side. It's all these little optimizations that you'll want to try to implement into your gameplay if you want to get the easiest clears, and most reliable clears too. Pixonic doesn't like to change the maps too much. I don't think they've changed. Maybe a couple times they've changed these first levels, and the last couple levels haven't changed in quite a while, so this advice will stand true for a pretty long time. Maybe I'll make another video when they change the levels, though. Just taking out some enemies here. Oh, yep. I'm I'm letting my shield get a little bit low here though, so I think I took some damage there. But I can just use my repair module, and I'm nowhere near failing the platinum rank with this level. There we go. Alright. You just completed the second level with platinum. Right, and I think this awards us 250 platinum? Yes, nice. Alright. And doing these levels for a little bit will prepare you for levels 4 and 5. Alright, thanks for watching, and I will be putting out a second video that'll help you out with levels 4 and 5, because those are a little bit more tricky.